What's going on, everybody? Project Rod here, and it is time for qualifying here at World Finals 3 in Oakland. But before we get there, we're going to recap the last stop of the Stadium Series, which was in Anaheim, where it all started back in Season 1. This time around, Blue Thunder was the fastest qualifier, then came and took a high jump win. He was on a roll in Anaheim, almost getting a racing win, but it ended up going to Megalodon in a photo finish race where he had a gnarly crash afterwards. Coming out with a very creative skills attempt, Blue Thunder took skills, but it was Bakugan Dragonoid and Daniel Fireball Murray taking the freestyle competition with a 43. And in the end of it all, Megalodon was the overall event champion, beating Blue Thunder by 1 point. So those 5 extra bonus points going to Megalodon, and this is the leaderboards after the fact. Dragon still on top with a 15-point gap between him and Monster Dalmatian. Bakugan Dragonoid in third, just a few points behind Monster Dalmatian and Megalodon in fourth. So slowly creeping up on the leaderboards. Then earlier today we had the Last Chance Qualifier for World Finals 3, where MMJ Producer and Doomsday, Nick Morkes and Ice Cream Man, and Nitro Studios and Monster Mud Husky, the last 3 in the Arena Series, battled it out for a double elimination racing style, and Ice Cream Man and Nick Morkes was your fastest qualifier with a 23.25. Would have been MMJ Producer, but unfortunately he had a penalty, and this was the racing bracket. After all that, it was a double elimination for the first time ever here in this competition, and in this final race, this photo finish race right here, it was none other than Doomsday by 0.05 seconds, beating out Ice Cream Man and being the 15th and final competitor going to the main field for World Finals 3. So he was your Last Chance qualifier winner. This is the leaderboards, the lineup for World Finals 3. So let's go ahead and get started with World Finals 3 qualifying here in Oakland. And right off the bat, it's your LCQ winner, Doomsday and MMJ Producer, coming out now to go for another round here. Hopefully he can come out with a championship after being the LCQ winner. And he's off now, and you know, he had a decent season. He ended up in 4th place, had a few freestyle wins. So honestly, in my honest opinion, that is who I am looking at. One of the few that I'm looking at for freestyle, given that he's a good freestyler and has been all season long. So coming to the final turn, so far no penalties, and he is good to go for his first time of a 22.89. So beating his time.
Hello all Project Rod fans. Make sure to join the Discord in the description below.
My bad, I forgot about that part there. Thank you again, Daniel, for the Fireball Murray, for that Discord shout out. But Doomsday and MMJ Producer beating his time from the LCQ, where in some trouble here. A bicycle, no, he's able to save it and still stay within the lines, but it's sending him off course a bit, and he's able to recover and get a nice turn. They're going over the berms now. These berms are going to be troublemakers. They were in the LCQ, and they'll probably be here in qualifying and in racing in a 24.30. So we're going to go with the first time that he had, and he is your current leader in a nice save after the recovery there. So next up is April Summers in Gravedigger, who was 3rd in the Arena Series Season 3 Championship. And she had a great season, a fantastic season. Started off a little slow, but really started heating up towards the end. But in the end, it was El Toro Loco who took first and Captain's Curse who took second. And I'm sure Captain's Curse had that racing record to really help him out. But April Summers, again, she came from the Stadium Series in Season 1 and 2, a great competitor, great driver all the way around. And some trouble here. May have jinxed her a bit, going off course a bit, trying to save it, not able to save it, and kind of somersaulting to the side there. Not sure exactly what to call that. So that's going to affect her time, unfortunately. 31.62 seconds for her first time, and that's including the 3-second penalty for being outside the line. So she's going to go ahead and get lined up for the second one here, and hopefully hoping for a better time this time around. Definitely an elite driver, especially when it comes to racing. I mean, she's got it down. But you know, things happen, accidents happen, and even the best have their mistakes. And that was an unfortunate mistake there, but things are hopefully can turn around here as she's coming to the final turn here, where right before the berms. And let's see if the berms are going to affect her this time around, and she's able to get around them no problem. Nice, easy turn for Gravedigger and April Summers, finishing her second run with a 22.37. So the fastest we've seen yet, and she is your new leader, taking it away from Doomsday and MMJ Producer. Here comes Crazy Monster Jam Fan and Captain's Curse, your undefeated racing champion in the Arena Series, going 12-0. So an absolutely amazing season in the Arena Series in terms of racing. And, you know, it really came down to the wire. Had he got a freestyle win and had El Toro Loco placed a little lower in freestyle, he definitely would have got the Season 3 championship win. But El Toro Loco had different plans when it came to freestyle, and he took, he didn't take the win, but I think he was second. But still, Captain's Curse, unfortunately, not scoring where what he needed to, and a 22.77 for his first run. So not too bad for a first time for Captain's Curse. Right now, in second place, if I'm not mistaken. So hopefully this second one can definitely get him a little bit closer to Gravedigger's time. Nice sharp turn there. I don't think he went over the line. We'll wait and see if the officials say anything after the fact. But heading towards the berms now, and some trouble coming in a little too hot. Hopefully that doesn't affect his time too much. Going for that final turn. We're going to see what his second time is. See if we're going to have a new leader. And 22.90 for Captain's Curse. And Crazy Monster Jam fan, so a penalty was not added, so he was good. But I'm sure that little slip up right before the berms is what really slowed him down. I feel like had that not happened, had it been a cleaner turn, he would have definitely been the fastest qualifier, or they're taking the lead to be the fastest qualifier up until this point. But here comes El Toro Loco and Driftboy 912, your Arena Series Season 3 champion and your reigning World Finals 2 high jump champion, seeing if he could get a bye run in racing and the little bicycle there after the fact, a little awkward jump. But when it comes to racing now, again, it's going to be only one truck is going to be getting a bye run, because there's 15 trucks now in the lineup compared to the regular 12 where 4 people get a bye run. 25.47 is his first time and not what he was looking forward to. Hopefully this second run is better than his first one, getting it ready and waiting for green. But as I was saying, the lineup the racing bracket is completely different this time around. With 15 trucks, only one truck will get the bye run. The other 14 will be racing in the first round. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see who gets the bye run, and he's going to be outside of the lines. That's going to be a penalty, I'm sure. He may not have been outside. He may have been right on top of it. 24.25, so he did not get a 3-second penalty there, but I guess he just happened to land right on the line, so he's good, but still not enough to take the lead. Here comes J-Pace Racing and Crush Station, the Season 2 Arena Series champion. It's only fitting that the Season 2 champion goes right after the Season 3 champion. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Alien Invasion is right after Crush Station. So that's Season 3, Season 2, and Season 1 back to back to back. So very interesting pattern that we have going on here. Going a bit wide on that turn there right before the berms. And again, another wide turn. This is going to kill his time. 25.17 for Crush Station. Not enough to take the lead. I'm sure those wide turns is really what killed it for him. And hopefully he can tighten it up a bit here in the second attempt. As we're waiting for green now, hoping for better results. I'm trying to think back in Season 2. I forget exactly where Crush Station landed in terms of qualifying and racing, and another mistake, and I believe a penalty right there. Turned a little too sharp, and then it was too much to recover. Now another mistake here, rolling over, hitting the wall. But he's going to continue the run, it looks like. At this point, there really is no way to save it, though. He will continue. And we're waiting to see what the time is going to be. 31.18 for Crush Station. Very unfortunate, but he will not be taking the lead. Here comes your Arena Series Season 1 winner, Alien Invasion and Cecily 96. She was also World Finals 1 Skills Champion and the runner-up in racing. She almost got the racing win, but it ended up going to Northern Nightmare. But here she goes, hoping for a good number here. It's been a very iffy season for her. Started off pretty hot, got that freestyle win in Arlington, but ever since then, it's just been, it's been tough, to say the least. And right there, going a bit too sharp. Stayed within the lines, at least in terms of a bicycle, so it shouldn't really affect her. It shouldn't give her a penalty. And here we go. The final time, a 25.02 for Alien Invasion and Cecily 96, as she's going to get lined up for the second attempt now. As she gets lined up, she's going to be getting ready to wait for green to see what this second attempt brings her. Seems like the first one is just a good way to get it out of the way, get it out of your system, and then really give it your all in the second one. Going a bit too wide there on the first turn, so hopefully that doesn't affect her too bad. A little bit of a tighter turn, slowed down a bit. I feel like she may have gotten, or she could have been heading towards the out of bounds area for racing, so kind of recovering it there. And let's see what it's going to be, a 22.88, so a way better time, but not enough to take the lead, and a save possibly as she's on her side trying to recover it, and it is going to be a save, having enough momentum to get back on all fours. And here comes Brian the Dog Webb, the reigning World Finals 2 Freestyle Champion, now in Soldier Fortune and rocking the Black Ops paint scheme for World Finals. So a nice touch, a different touch compared to the season. So you just love to see it, a different paint scheme, and it's definitely a great thing when it comes to World Finals, something you look forward to. So hoping for a good time here. We've had a few trucks so far struggle on the first attempt, but so far he's kind of killing it, going through it. And here we go, his first time will be a 22.92, so not a bad time, really not that bad time. A nice bicycle there, kind of showcasing his skills moves right off the bat, but not a bad time for the first time. So definitely can come back and maybe get a better time here in the second go around. Really, it's getting around the berms that you need to worry about. Like right there, it kind of tripped them up a bit, not too bad, but a little bit, it gets you off balance a bit and really messes with you. So, right here again, it should be good. There it is, perfect execution of the berms. Kind of tap the brakes a little bit there. Hopefully that doesn't kill his time too bad. And a 22.55 for Soldier Fortune, so a better time than the first one, but that's going to be it for him as he ends up on his side. And as we wait for them to recover that, I'm going to talk to you about W Energy real quick. Be sure to use code Project Rod to receive 10% off of your W Energy order. Be better with W Energy. As we come back to Earthshaker and Angel Garcia now, as they recovered Soldier Fortune, so it was a great segue into the W plug real quick. But here comes Angel Garcia and Earthshaker hoping to take that top spot. I mean, he's struggled a bit with racing as well, and he would surely love to turn around here in World Finals, and this is really the time to get hot. I've always said towards the end of the season, that's the time when it's time to turn up the heat and really go at it. Here we go, the first one being done, 22.52, so a great time for Earthshaker, but it's not enough to take it away from Gravedigger, so hopefully, again, this second time will prove better. And if he follows in the footstep of Soldier Fortune, where Soldier Fortune, and then Brian the Dog Webb, he had a great time on the first one, but the second one was even better. So if he can just kind of not slow it down, speed it up a bit. And as I say that, I may have jinxed him as he's going off course, and he's not going to finish the second attempt. That's going to be it for attempt number 2 for Earthshaker. So a DNF, unfortunately, for Angel Garcia. So we've reached the halfway point where 8 trucks have come and gone. Gravedigger still in the lead with a 22.37, Earthshaker in second, Soldier Fortune in third, Captain's Curse in fourth, Alien Invasion in fifth, Doomsday in sixth, El Toro Loco in seventh, and Crush Station in 8th place. So there are 7 more trucks to go, and the next one up is the reigning World Finals 2 Racing and Skills Champion, Ethan Waters and Max D, bringing back the OG Max D body style. You love to see it, shooting them sparks out of the back of the truck, kind of showboating a bit to everybody else, saying that he's here to play, he's here to win, and he wants another championship. Let's see what his first time will be. Ethan Waters, again, a 3-time World Finals champion. Back in World Finals 1, he was the freestyle champion. In World Finals 2, he took racing and skills. So definitely knows what to do here and can perform when needed. Kind of a decent season so far, but this is when it matters. And a 22.22 for Max D and Ethan Waters. So now he is your new leader, taking it away from Gravedigger and April Summers. A great time for Max D, but I'm sure anybody can beat it at this point. We got 6 more trucks to go, and anybody can be victorious at this point. Also, don't forget to check out the Rodcast, the Monster Truck Fanatic podcast. Now on Spotify and YouTube. Ethan Waters, if you're watching this, let's meet up, dude. Let's have a reunion of the Project Rod talk show. If you've been a fan since the beginning, You know what I'm talking about. So here we go. Max D and Ethan Waters coming to the final turn. Let's see what his time is going to be. And at 21.75, we broke 21 seconds. So a new, faster time, and that's just going to be tougher to beat. He is currently your leader with a 21.75. Here comes Action Phil and Blue Thunder, who just came from a very successful show in Anaheim. Unfortunately, he did not get the overall event championship, but he did get 3 out of the 4 competitions, and one of those competitions that he did not win, he was runner-up. So he still got those 11 points. That goes a long way, but now we have 15 points at stake here, and I'm sure he's hoping for the best. Coming up to the final turn, conquering the berms pretty well. Let's see what his time is going to be. And 22.27, so good enough for second place. And just shy of Max D's first time. So he's coming for it. I mean, he's been heating up, and hopefully this second time proves to be better. Going over the berms again, and I mean that's oh no, going too wide. And that's going to be it for Blue Thunder. A DNF. He went a little too wide on the second one, and there was just no recovering from that. That's going to be it for Blue Thunder. Here comes Alex Stevens, 27, and Northern Nightmare, the back-to-back Stadium Series champion and the World Finals 1 racing champion, excuse me. I'm sure he'd love to get another championship here in the final season of the Steel Titans League. And this guy, this season has been different than the past 2 seasons. The past 2 seasons, he's just straight out dominated. But this one, he was in last place at some point, and he's currently in 5th. So he's made it all the way up to 4th, I believe, at some point, and made it down to 5th now. 22.39 is his first time. Not going to be enough to take the lead, but a good spot for maybe, I believe, 3rd or 4th at the moment, as he's lined up for the second one now. Hoping to get a good jump. I feel like he kind of struggled a bit. There wasn't the best jump right off the line, right off the lights. But if he can get these sharp turns and conquer these berms pretty well, he should be good. And now he's hitting the turn there, going a bit too wide, trying to recover it. That might be a penalty there as well. And now he's trying to get it back, but I don't think he will. He's kind of all over the place on the side, and he's able to recover it and save it, but he will be getting a DNF for that run. So we're going to go with his first time, and he's currently in 4th place, I believe. And look at this. Here comes Megalodon and Brendan Thunder. Look at that gold body style for Megalodon, repping the Megalodon brand, and really just in celebration of World Finals 3 and Season 3. He's had a great season. Started off a little slow, really picked it up, and he's in 4th place right now. So he is in the running for the event championship, or the season championship, excuse me, spinning out right after the second berm. So a DNF, so unfortunate for Megalodon and Brandon Thunder. Let's take a look at a replay right here. Jumped off the berm a little too awkwardly. Set him in an angle, tried to recover it, and he did. Luckily, he did recover and did not ruin that golden body, that beautiful golden body, but it did kill his first attempt. So hoping for a better one here in the second one. And getting over this part here is going to be tough. There it is. Almost got him again, but he was able to control it. Right on the line, it seems like, so he should be good. Nice tight turn right before the berms, and maybe some trouble. No, he's able to recover, and going for the final turn here. He's conquered the berms. Let's see what it's going to be. And a 22.05 for Megalodon, and he's rolling over. And luckily, it was a quick rollover, slamming into the container. The body did not come off, but 22.05, he is currently the 2nd fastest qualifier here in Oakland for World Finals 3. So, not enough to take the lead, but it's good. That's a good time. He's showing to be pretty comfortable with this track, so hopefully that's a good sign. Here comes Bakugan, Dragonoid, and Daniel the Fireball Murray. Let's see what he can do. He was the first racing winner in Arlington, and racing hasn't been too bad for him since then. You know, hasn't been able to make it to the finals, but still not too bad. We'll take a look at his racing record during the racing competition. A 21.92 for Bakugan, so he broke the 21-second mark again, but it's not enough to take it away from Max D. He still holds the title for the fastest qualifier, but I believe that Bakugan Dragonoid definitely has it in him to beat that time. Let's see what the second one will bring. This is where Max D got it. He got the fastest time in his first run, and in the second run, he got it even faster. So let's see if that's what Bakugan, Dragonoid, and Daniel the Fireball Murray can do. Conquering the berms, but I may have spoke too soon as it sends him on his side into a bicycle. Now he's flipping over. And that's going to be it for Bakugan, Dragonoid, and Daniel the Fireball Murray. He is out for the second run, so we'll go with his first time, which is still not a bad time, but unfortunate and definitely not what he was looking for here, but still a good time to be, or good spot to be in, and if it stays this way, he'll get 14 points towards his overall lead, or excuse me, his overall point balance. I could not speak today. Excuse me, here comes Monster Dalmatian and Omboji halfway through his first run. Saying what he can do. Hopefully he doesn't have that Monster Dalmatian curse that is here in Oakland, where she lost it when April Summers was driving. She lost it in the final turn. 22.50 for Monster Dalmatian. So not a bad time for the first one. Now he's getting ready for the second one. But if you remember back in Season 1, it was a crazy race between Blue Thunder and Monster Dalmatian. So, so far it's looking pretty good for Omboji, getting past the berms the first time. Now time to do it again the second time. If he can get a nice tight turn here and conquer the berms, he should be good. A little wide, not too bad though. Here we go, first set of berms. Second, not too bad. Going wide on the final turn though. And here it comes, a 22.44 for Monster Dalmatian. And Omboji, so not going to be able to take the lead, and we're down to the final truck of today's qualifying competition. Is going to be Dragon and Flames Plays, coming out with a gold body as well, in celebration of his current lead in the seasonal leaderboards. Again, he was in Zombie for Season 2 and unfortunately did not have the best season, ended up being eliminated. He came back in the qualifier event in Dragon, and he did really well, got into the Stadium Series, and he's been killing it ever since. So definitely one of the favorites coming in to World Finals, and going a bit wide on the first attempt, and a 24.15 for Dragon and Flames Play. So if he can kind of tighten it up a bit, he should be able to get a better time. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more Monster Jam content. Here he goes, getting lined up for the second one. Hoping for better luck. Again, if he can tighten those turns a little more, he should be able to be in a good spot to be the fastest qualifier. But if he can't do it, it's going to be Max D and Ethan Waters. Again, I wouldn't say that was a large turn, but kind of a little aggressive there. Let's see, going over the first set of berms. The second one is what's going to hurt him, and that's going to kill his time. And I'm sure at this point it's going to be Max D. We'll wait for the official time for Dragon. 24.65 for Dragon and Flames Plays. It's not going to be enough as he's trying to save the truck, and he will. A nice save, but Max D and Ethan Waters, your reigning World Finals 2 racing champion, is your fastest qualifier. So here's the overall leaderboards for qualifying. As you can see, Max D on top with that super fast 21.75. Bakugan was the only one to get close to him. This is the racing bracket for World Finals 3 that we're going to see here soon. Max D getting the bye run into round 2, and everybody else racing in round 1. Is going to be a long round 1, so be ready. Here is the overall leaderboards for the event championship here in World Finals 3. Max D on top is going to mimic everything of qualifying, and this is the leaderboards for the season. Dragon still on top, but that gap is getting smaller, 9 points away from Monster Dalmatian, tying Bakugan, Dragonoid getting closer. Megalodon still in 4th. No one else has really changed. So, next event here in World Finals 3 is going to be High Jump. So be sure to check it out, and we'll see you there. Also, a huge shout out to April Summers, Dito, Julia Peacock. Thank you guys so much for being patrons, and everybody else, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in High Jump.